Hi, I'm Aaron Little, and this is Performance Edge. And today we've got a special guest stepping in front of our camera. It's my good friend Craig Caudill. And I'm going to let Craig introduce himself, and then I'm going to do like a quick interview because he's got some real exciting things going on that I think you will like to hear. Tell my viewers about yourself, Craig.
I'm Craig Caudill. I'm the director of Reliance School, as well as the director of Bluegrass Budokai in Winchester, Kentucky. I am primarily a blogger for dansdepot.com, as well as my own YouTube channels, Reliance School as well.
Guys, the reason I wanted Craig to step in here today is recently, in reply to a question on Facebook, someone had a nature kind of thing, and I commented and said that Craig is my go-to guy for any nature-related question. We're not going to talk about what it was they were trying to identify, but anyways. And it got me to thinking that you guys could benefit from some of the things that Craig has to offer, really a lot of the things that Craig has to offer. You know, here at Performance Edge, I always tell people we're an MMA and a combative school, but, you know, regardless of whatever arena you're talking about fighting in, it's really about survival, right? Surviving a sporting event, surviving a physical altercation in a parking lot somewhere, surviving heaven forbid, a gunfight somewhere. But there's a whole lot more to survival than just these type of physical fighting skills. Survival means knowing what to eat, what not to eat. Survival means knowing how to build a fire, knowing how to build shelter. Survival means knowing how to read a map, knowing how to use a compass. Survival means knowing how to procure food. Survival is a huge topic, and if we train with this mindset that we want to be able to protect ourselves, our family, and the people we care about, well, part of that being able to protect them is making sure they don't freeze to death if our car runs off the road in the middle of winter, right? So Craig offers a lot of classes through Reliance School that deals with those topics. So if you wouldn't mind, why don't you tell them what kind of training goes on at the Reliance School?
So there's two. We have an offline version and we have an online version.
Awesome.
The offline version is basically hands-on classes where we will either host classes here in Central Kentucky, and we go all over the United States, basically this side of the United States, that is.
That would be the eastern side of the United States.
Eastern side of the United States. We just got back from Wisconsin, going to Memphis in a few weeks. But basically in those weekend classes, we're going to teach the subject matter of survival, land navigation, tracking, scout, reconnaissance type strategies and stuff of that nature. And so we do that in our weekend classes, as well as we're starting to do more and more in our online school too.
Exciting. So online school, how does that work?
Online school, well, what we're having is that we can't be everywhere, and not everybody wants to host a class for a weekend. So we developed an online school through Dan's Depot. Dan's Depot has been fantastic to work with us and help promote us. And basically in the online school, what we're doing is we're developing these classes. We've already got wilderness survival. We do some do-it-yourself projects like building a knife, leatherworking. I've got an advanced fire building class. Urban preparedness is coming. Tracking is coming. Any number of things that you can basically go through a set of lessons. Some of them are written lessons that stuff that I've written.
Good.
Some of them are video, and so there's a combination of the two where you can watch a video, follow the procedures that we go through in the written lesson, and then basically my focus, and this is the focus for all training, is that I teach people how to get out and do things on their own. Because you can watch videos on how to box,
right?
And unless you're boxing, you don't know how to box. You can watch lessons on playing a guitar,
right?
You don't know how to play guitar, and survival is no different. If you just watch people on YouTube do things, me included, if you just watch me do it, you're not getting the skill. And so what we're purposely doing is pushing people through those lessons on how to study on their own, because they can't have us. Or, you know, I've got people in England that are writing me saying they're following that class and stuff of that nature. And so, yeah, it works really well.
I know you do a lot of classes locally. I'm always seeing on Facebook that you're teaching at this library or this school. There's the 2-day wilderness survival class.
It's 2.5 days. We start on a Friday night and go to about Sunday afternoon.
Okay. And I know there's a tremendous amount covered in that class. There's some other classes too, right? Like a land nav class.
Yeah, land nav class is quite basically just like, and I've heard you speak of this often, Aaron, is that you've got to have a mindset, skill, tactics, and then gear. You know, the survival community is all dependent upon gear, and so land navigation is one of those classes where, well, in essence, in survival we teach you how to feel comfortable without any gear at all. And then we teach you how you can add gear to your
Good.
set so that you feel more comfortable. Land navigation is the same way. We're going to teach you how to feel comfortable, how not to get lost in the first place.
Right.
But if you do, how to pull your map and compass out and then utilize it to not be stuck there so you can get your way out. As well as some of the most fun class we teach is scout tracking. This is basically camouflaging and tracking, and basically if you want to be in a wooded environment and you want to be seen, you can be. If you don't want to be seen, you cannot be seen. We teach people how to do that as well.
Cool. You know, my viewers have heard me say many times that I think training needs to be both educational and fun. It has to be educational. That's why we train, right? To get better, to learn new skills. But if it's not fun, we're less likely to do it again. Right. We're certainly less likely to take it home and practice it on our own. And it seems like you really work hard to make your classes both educational and enjoyable.
I do. I work tremendously hard to do exactly what you just said, which is if you're having fun, then you'll hear more that I say.
Right.
You'll practice more of what we're talking about and doing. But that doesn't mean that in every class I don't have stress inoculation. Because if people don't recognize that things change when they're stressed, they need to. And so one of the things we do is in every class, and I don't want to give away our trade secrets, that's why you need to come to class. But every class, there's going to be some sort of surprise where we're going to put you under stress. You're not going to be injured. You're not going to be hurt, anything of that nature. But we are going to put you in a position where you are very uncomfortable. So to see yourself how you react in that situation.
Good, good. Now, off camera, you told me that there were 2 online study courses. Mm-hmm. There's one ran, an ever-growing, ever-increasing one ran through Reliance School. Right. So people, regardless of where they are in the world, can benefit from some of your training. Mm-hmm. There's also a smaller version, like a concise, compact version, ran through Dan's Depot.
That's right.
Correct? So listen, guys, the Dan's Depot one, you're crazy if you don't jump on this. I know this sounds like I'm starting to get infomercial-like, but I was shocked when he told me what he's got going on with Dan's Depot and this online survival course. Listen to this.
So basically what we did is that we put together a preparedness plan, because basically in survival and preparedness, people are confused because there's 20 million different guys and gals that are out there teaching. So what we want to do is we put together a document, and in that document we take the person who downloads it for free through basically the steps they need to take to get better prepared. And that ranges not necessarily from zombie attacks, but the serious stuff that is actually going to happen: earthquake, tornado. We also take a look at biological attacks, pandemics, nuclear disaster, stuff of that nature. Then, if you download it and you so choose, you get an opportunity to get into a course, an online course called the Dan's Plan course. It's only $5. And for that $5, basically, I'm going to give you a video and written lesson on all the topics that I just talked about, plus a ton more. I think there's 15 lessons in there.
Nice.
Ranging on how to set your priorities, how to shelter in place, what kind of stuff to put in a go bag. I have a list of what to put in what I call tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 go kits. The stuff that you carry with you when you walk out the door, they're in your pockets on your body. The stuff that you put in a bag that you carry out the door with you everywhere you go. The stuff that is longer term and the stuff that is very long term. Those kits, I have a list of those in that Dan's Plan course, and I teach people how to do it. If they don't have the money to just go out and buy it then, I teach them how to budget for that. Nice. So that you can buy a little bit at a time, so that, God forbid it happens right now, you wouldn't be prepared. But if you're preparing now and put stuff together, you can, financially conscious put stuff together so that, everybody's still happy.
Nice.
All that kind of stuff.
Nice. Guys, $5. You should check that out. I know that the online course through the Nature Reliance School is a bigger course that you may want to, you probably should look into. But for $5, go do the Dan's Depot course. It's a lot of great information. You will not regret it. Anything else you got going on you want to tell them about?
I think we covered it. I really appreciate you asking me about that too.
Absolutely.
Very much. Yeah.
Listen, guys, if I know he kind of stressed there at the beginning, East Coast or Eastern part of the United States. Take a look at their website. I'll get the information below. Look at their schedule. Find a class. Get in touch with them. Go take a class. If you've got a bunch of friends and a space, get in touch with him. I'm sure that he could work with you to help figure out a place that you could host him in your location. Probably if you had the right space and enough people, even if you were on the West Coast, he would probably come and do a class.
Absolutely. Without a doubt.
So please take a look at what they've got going on. Listen, as I said, survival, preparedness, protecting yourself is about far more than just hitting people and not getting hit and those kind of things. We have to know, if you die because you don't know how to prepare good drinking water, all those other skills were wasted. Again, I'm Aaron Little. This is Performance Edge. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out Craig's Facebook page and YouTube channel. I'll get all that information from him. Get it in the information below. And take a look out for the next video. Thanks.